Hey guys, what's going on? Happy Monday. I hope everybody's having a fantastic start to the week. It's time for another weekly Q&A. If you've never seen this before, it's when I answer a question from the prior week about nutrition or fitness that I think is good and relevant, and I want to share it on this platform. That said, if you ever have any questions, feel free to put in the comments below, shoot me a message, email, whatever it takes. Just let me know. Happy to answer it. So today's question comes from Jason, and Jason's asking, do I lighten up the weights to cut, or should I stay with heavy weight, but does that bulk? So let me break that down a little bit. So basically what the question is, you hear often is like, hey, I'm going to lean out, I'm going to lose body fat. Should I lighten up the weight and do more reps versus, say, somebody who wants to put on size or muscle? Should they go heavier, do heavier weights and less reps? So bulking versus leaning out. So which is better? So let me start with the three things that you need in order to gain muscle. The three things are: one is a training stimulus, two is recovery, and number three is a calorie surplus. Now let's break each of those factors down as compared to leaning out. First, let's talk about the training stimulus. So in both scenarios, we're going to assume that that individual is lifting weights, okay? So that standpoint is the same. Now, research has shown that as long as there's progression, the rep range anywhere between 5 reps and 20 reps is effective for building muscle. And so therefore, if somebody's within that range, and relatively speaking, you can go heavy in any of that, but let's say for most people it's 5 to 10 reps versus that 10 to 20 reps. So if that training stimulus is in place and that individual is progressing, then both scenarios from a training stimulus standpoint doesn't matter, okay, as far as adding muscle or losing body fat, all right? So let's go to the second factor, which is recovery. Well, we hope that with any training situation that recovery is in play, okay? That's obviously recovering in between training sessions, which has a bunch of factors, including rest time, sleep, all of those things. So we're going to say that recovery doesn't matter because the recovery is there regardless if somebody's lifting heavy or lighter. So let's go to number 3, which is a energy surplus. So in order to build muscle, this comes down to nutrition. You need a calorie surplus. So therefore, the opposite is in play if you want to lose body fat. You need a negative energy balance. So really, the factor that we're really concerned with here is number 3, which is energy balance. So if you have a negative energy balance or a calorie deficit, you're going to lose body fat. If you have a calorie surplus or a positive energy balance, you're going to gain lean body weight. Hopefully it's muscle, not body fat, but that's a conversation for a different time. So really, if you're looking at going back to the original question, if you want to bulk or gain muscle or lean out, lose body fat, it really comes down to energy balance or nutritional intake. So again, the training stimulus is the same. It doesn't matter if you're doing sets of 5, 8, 10, 12, 16, 18, 20, okay, the training effect is going to be similar as long as you're seeing a progression. Now, if you're going below 5 reps, okay, doing those singles, doubles, triples, oftentimes what happens in powerlifting or strength training, yeah, that is going to be geared more towards strength and is not very effective for building muscle. But for most of us, we're not going to go to that if our goal is to gain muscle mass. So great question, Jason. So again, the determining factor to determine if you're going to lean out or add bulk comes down to energy balance, which is a calorie surplus, calorie deficit. So I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching. I appreciate the feedback. And again, if you have any other questions, feel free to send me a message. And I hope everybody has a fantastic week. Until next time, keep making every day count.